Oh, this smells so good. I cannot wait to take a bite of this lasagna. All right, so for lasagna, what do you need? You need hamburger. Some people use half hamburger, half Italian sausage. I prefer just hamburger, so we're going with that. You're going to need some garlic. You're going to need an onion. You're going to need some mushrooms. You're going to need your favorite jar of marinara sauce. You're going to need your favorite brand of lasagna noodle. I always use just a little bit of Italian seasoning. And of course, you know, McCormick needs to get smart and sponsor this channel because I use this on everything. It's got everything in it: salt, pepper, garlic, onion bits. It's got everything in it. So McCormick, if you're listening, time to sponsor this kitchen. Then other cold ingredients. You're going to need an egg. You're going to need some ricotta cheese. Some people use cottage cheese. I do prefer the ricotta cheese flavor. You're going to need Mott's cheese, of course, and you're going to need some Parmesan cheese. All right, so we got all our ingredients together. Let's head over to the stove and get this stuff started. Here we go. All right, so welcome back. So you can see we've got our hamburger and our onion starting to do its thing. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some Italian seasoning on top. And I'm also going to add our favorite McCormick's Montreal steak seasoning. What a lovely mixture of flavorings that is. Good healthy shake, as they say. And you can see here that I like the onion with a bigger piece. So these are probably right at an inch bits in there. And so as they cook down, I'll separate them out. Right now they're still all part of the deal. And they look more like a big chunk of onion than the actual piece of onion. And then I have the garlic over here on the side. Remember, we don't want to add our garlic until close to the very end of cooking. Okay, we've got a pretty good simmer going on here with this. And so I can see that some of the onion is starting to turn white, but the hamburger is still definitely very pink. So we are going to let this keep going. But we're about 4 minutes in now. What I want to do now is add my can of mushrooms, just because they've got a lot of water content in them. And so this will help as well get some of that water content out of the mushrooms and help the onion continue to cook. So let this sit. Again, we're just going to watch this probably another 5 minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. Let's see what we got. Definitely steamy. I'm just pushing on some of the other bits of onion that I feel like are still white, not quite transparent. And they are actually smashing down. So that tells me they are done. Goodness gracious. All right, so now I'm just going to make a little hole right here in the middle. And I'm going to get my garlic press and my 2 cloves of garlic. Smash them in there. Garlic press is awesome. You guys own a garlic press? You should. It should be on your list. Oh! Ah! Did you just pop that sucker right out of there? Get in there. That is where you need to go, but not quite the hole. Right? And again, that just in that last minute of cooking, you know, want to get the garlic nice and warm, let it release its wonderful flavors. And then you're wondering, hey, Wendy, in your coordination of chaos, we've never seen you wear that before. Well, that's because I'm wearing white. And white and me and anything red sauce, not a good combination. So, ta-da. Oh my gosh, the garlic. That smells wonderful. All right, it is now time to add your favorite red sauce. And I don't like the way the glass jar holds onto everything, so I just use my handy dandy scooper. And let's just get as much of that as we can out. Perfect. And I'm just going to stir this up real quick. And then we're going to switch burners here. I'm going to put this guy on the back burner and let it simmer while we get the pasta sauce. Or pasta sauce. While we get the pasta, while we get the lasagna noodles to get boiling. So that'll give it a good 15 minutes or so for all of these flavors to just, as Papa would say, commiserate. We want all of the flavors to commiserate together. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, so here we go. Lid. Yes. You. Come here. You. There. Okay, so this back burner is on medium, and it has been warming up the noodle water, the salted water, pretty well. Okay, so now the noodles are going to get cooked. I'll get this pot boiling, and in the meantime, this will stay back here on medium-low heat, just a nice simmer. So that'll give it a nice 15-minute time to get all the flavors to commiserate, as Papa would say. And I will come back to you when we have the noodles just about boiled, ready to go. I'll meet you back on the other counter. How's that? All right, we'll see you in a minute. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Okay. Hello, team. All right, while the noodles are cooking, I thought we should go ahead and get the um, layered part of the ricotta part put together. So we need our ricotta cheese, and we need 2 eggs, and we are going to beat those eggs, and then we're going to add the ricotta cheese and some Parmesan cheese and just stir that up and get that ready to go. That way those flavors also have time to sit and commiserate. Here we go. Just grab this ricotta. Perfect. Once we get this put together, then what we'll do is we'll add in, I don't know, what is it, about a half a cup? I think it's about a half a cup. Yeah, a half a cup of the Parmesan. Let's add some Italian seasoning and half a cup of Parmesan cheese by Wendy's measurement. So what I guess. Oh, sorry. That was probably really loud. Half a cup. About that. About a handful. Yeah, that'll work. And just for grins, let's see what a half a cup really is. Let's see if I did it. All right. This is a half cup. Let's see how close I got. Dig out another mittful here. It's okay if a little extra spills in there. Oh, so close. So that little extra mittful was probably right. I actually pulled out a third of a cup with my hand. So now we know. So I will add just a little bit more Parmesan. I'll put that back. Cool. All right, let's wait and see what happens when our noodles are done. They should be just about done. Lasagna pan, and I did spray the inside with some oil. So, just your spray oil. And then we have our noodles, which came off of the pot, and then I rinsed them really well so they're cool, so I don't burn the heck out of my hands when I'm touching them. And then here's our sauce, all nicely juiced up and commiserated. And I think we are ready to go. The oven is set to 375. 375, and I believe we're going to cook it for 30 to 35 minutes. So once we get this all put together, we will, oh, I forgot, I also have the mozzarella cheese over here ready to go and the Parmesan cheese over here ready to go. So mozz, parm, noodles, things. So we always start with a little layer of saucy sauce on the bottom. Do you guys, I know every family has like their own recipe for this, right? I mean, just like I think every family has their recipe for tacos, how they like tacos. Every family has their recipe for lasagna. And like I said, this is something that my mom used to make for me. Now, my dad did not like casserole. He didn't like anything that had all this stuff put together. And we would always tease him like, well, that's how it ends up in your stomach anyway, Dad. So I don't know why you're not happy with that. But anyway, so he would put up with it for my birthday. And so my mom would always fix this and German chocolate cake. Oh my gosh, German chocolate cake. Delicious. That was my birthday, and fried green tomatoes. So birthday tradition or not, I guess I'm feeling a little nostalgic and I wanted to have a little something sweet, comforting to eat. We're just building out the layers here. Okay, so then you're going to put your Parmesan and ricotta mixture layer. This should make about 3 layers. So if you can divide it into thirds. More math, more science. Who said we were going to use all that? Heavens knows I didn't pay attention enough in school for math. Ugh. But I did really like reading and English. Okay, so there's that layer. Then we're going to add some mozzarella cheese and some meat sauce. Here we go with the mozz. And we're just going to keep layering away till we get to the top, and we'll top it with mozz cheese. And I like to cover mine with a little bit of parchment paper to keep the cheese from browning too quickly. And like I said, that cooks for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Parmesan. Okay, so we have all 3 layers done. On the top layer, I finished off the mozzarella cheese, and then I put a liberal dose of the Parmesan cheese, and now I just want to top it off with some parchment paper, because when you put it in the oven, I really don't want that cheese to brown too quickly. So it's going to go in the oven, 375 for 35 minutes-ish, 35 minutes. And then we'll take it out and chef's kiss, let it sit. We're going to let it sit when it comes out, because you want the cheese and everything to kind of stabilize before you go cutting into it. Otherwise, it'll just be all over the place. Won't stay on the plate in a nice square. So, all right, here we go. Cut this off. Excuse your ears. Excuse me for messing with your ears. I don't want to put tin foil or aluminum foil. Tin foil. That's what Grandma's called it. I don't want to put aluminum foil on there because the cheese will stick to it, but the parchment paper doesn't stick to it. So always nice to have parchment paper as part of your basic kitchen items. Okay, so let's throw this in the oven, and then I'll come back to you when it's time to come out. All right. So we're gonna grab her out of the oven and bring her over to you. You can see the yumminess, the deliciousness. Woo! Cheesy, lovely, easy lasagna. Oh my God. All right, so she's got to sit for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, just so everything can sit up nicely. Hey. All right, it's time to dig into this lasagna. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Real life recipe, real life kitchen. And you know your friend Wendy did the dishes while this was setting up. If you try this recipe at home, will you let me know what you think? If you change anything, maybe next time I'll make it your way. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cozy, chaotic content. And now it's time for me to go eat. Till next time, see you later, my friends. It's Wendy, your chaos coordinator. Bye. Stay tuned for a Zen moment. Don't forget. And let me know if you want to see anything else from the backyard. Drop me a comment. Drop me a comment. Let's watch this channel. Grow, grow, grow. All right. We'll see you later. Bye. Okay. Bye. No, really. You can go. You're gonna eat. You're gonna eat now. Bye.